Hey everyone, I'm Cary Smith and I'm sitting here with Amar Shah. We're both from Client First Capital. And Amar, I'm excited about our topic today because I think it's something that most people, when they start thinking about managing their money, this is something that they think about. And basically, what it is should I try to do it myself and go it alone and manage my own investments and be my own financial planner? Or should I hire someone to help me with that process, right?
Yeah.
And I think most people have struggled with this. Some of the benefits maybe of going it alone is it could be cheaper, right? I'm not paying management fees and things of that nature. So that's, one of the benefits. Another is I have more control, right? So I'm making all the decisions myself and I have complete control. Um, could be a learning experience, right? This could be a world that they want to know more about. They've just not taken the time. So maybe they just want to get in and learn a little bit more. And then lower cost. That sounds a lot like cost savings, but lower cost could mean, really I'm just going to stick to index funds and ETFs and things that have really low fees, right? And so
Mhm.
yeah, so what I'd like to hear from you and maybe what we could talk about today is what's the best way to move forward and what's the case for using a professional, right, to help with financial planning, investment strategies, tax strategies, and all of that.
Yeah, no, that's a good place to start. Hiring a financial advisor is a big decision,
Mhm.
and and we can talk about some of the advice that we give to potential clients that are looking at us, and at the end of the meeting, what we typically say. But I think it starts from a framework of first organizing your financial house, right? So understanding where you are with your income stream, your cash flow, um, your insurance needs, estate planning, taxes. This is all these individual pieces need to talk together and be a kind of like a comprehensive, organized plan. And that's the first place where I think an advisor adds a lot of value, right? It's just understanding how all these pieces connect. The second area I would say is probably around accountability, right? There's follow through and steps that you should take. So I would say a lot of our clients know what they should be doing, but they have us to make sure that we're actually doing them, right? So like oftentimes you'll find clients that have an estate plan that they know they need to update. They haven't looked at it for 5, 10 plus years, but they just keep putting it off, right? And so that accountability of actually getting things done and getting to a point where you can move forward is big, I think.
I was going to jump in here real quick.
Yeah.
I just remember, when I was working in my last career as an executive and full-time work, I had good intentions of managing it, right,
Mhm.
and managing my portfolio and all of those sorts of things. Um, but I found that good intentions didn't always get it done, and it would be nagging that, gosh, you need to get in and review your portfolio and make sure
Yeah.
it's up to date and everything's rebalanced, and but it was just time consuming, because you can't just get in and make changes. You got to research and know what changes to make, right, so that you're
Yeah,
being in sync with the
absolutely.
market. So I understand that very well.
Yeah, and that's a good piece. A good number of clients that we work are business owners or corporate executives and
Hmm.
whatnot, and they're busy. And one of the things that we can help them do is be a sounding board, right? So a lot of times, uh, people feel an advisor takes over control, and the reality is we don't.
Right.
The reality is what we're here to do is to be a sounding board for you to make better financial decisions, to maybe potentially change some behaviors to get us back on track or to continue to be on track or to avoid certain pitfalls, right? And so creating those, being that sounding board to create that opportunity to have a third party opinion in your overall financial picture is a huge piece of the value proposition, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to steal something that you say all the time, and that is you want to make sure that they're poised to have that their next decade is their best decade, right?
Yeah.
And so it's not just being on track and off track, but it's also, just really living the life they want to live.
Yeah. And a couple others here, obviously there's a lot of information out there. Tax laws change, estate planning laws change, things sunset. So right now, like the Tax Cut and Jobs Act is sunsetting in 2026. So, what should you be thinking about from a proactive basis around planning, knowing that these things are changing, right? And that's where an advisor can also create help, is to create strategies to take advantage of the current tax code, but also over your lifetime, right? So it's not like how do you minimize the amount of taxes that you're paying today? Is we know we're going to have to pay taxes while we're alive. So how do we minimize that tax component of your overall plan, or the tax drag on your portfolio over a period of time? And so those proactive strategies is another key cornerstone of where an advisor can help. The last two here, I would just say education, right? There's a lot of information out there. We need to get the right information that impacts you, right? So your advisor can help filter some of the noise that's out there to give you the right advice, the right rules that apply to you.
Yeah.
And lastly, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna add, it's not just education on your part, but it's experience, right?
Yeah.
So, how long have you been in financial services?
So I started in 20, was it 2003 or 2004? Something like
Okay, so 20
early
years.
2000. Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you a better financial planner and advisor today than you were in 2003?
Oh, absolutely,
Right?
absolutely. The experience component, it should, yeah. So I should have said education and experience,
Yeah.
because the education I have now is a lot different than I had when I was first starting the business. Not only
Yeah.
have I seen thousands of people go through the process of retiring, even today we have clients that are in late 90s, early 100s, and we can see what's impacting them. And then we can look to our clients that are in their 60s and 70s and kind of walk them through what they may experience in the future. So that experience component is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. And then lastly, it's a partnership, right? Like, so when we talk to potential clients that are meeting with us, we like to leave with a framework of how to find the right advisor. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be the right advisor for you, right? So, but we would like to give some guidance, and that there's two components. There are three components that it's like a three-legged stool. And the first is you got to find somebody that has the education and the knowledge and a way to keep up with the rules that change that impact you, right? The second leg of the stool is that you got to find somebody that has experience with working with people just like you, right? So, like, we typically work with business owners, corporate executives, or solo individuals or people that are making that transition into retirement or whatnot. But we do not work with a lot of people that are trying to figure out their college debt, how to refinance their debt. We would be the wrong set of advisors for them. But we do have friends in the industry that know that type of experience, that know how to fill out a FAFSA form and all that. So finding an advisor that has a large client base or experience with people that are just like you or in your situation is the second leg. And the third leg is, do you have enough open communication? Do you feel like you could spend a Sunday with this individual, right? Because if you don't have open communication, that's where relationships tend to break down, right? And so it doesn't happen in the first or second year; it happens in the third or fourth plus year, And by then, trying to change strategies, could be complex, So those are the things that we look at. And if you're listening to this, or if you're watching this video and you've thought like, hey, I've thought about having an advisor, but I'm not really sure, we'll spend an hour or even more just with the legal pad, just to pencil out your situation, to see if we can even add value, right? Like, if we can't add value, then, we'll at least give you some advice and say, this is what we would do. And then you can move forward from there. But we would welcome the opportunity to earn your business.
Yeah, very good, Amar.
Yeah.
Hey, those are great insights. I appreciate you kind of taking my questions and sharing that. But personally, I think it's could be more costly if you don't have experience, right, in trying to manage it yourself. And but to your point, if you're wondering about this, reach out to us, and it'd be just a great place to start. To your point, to see if we can add value or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Another place that we should just end on here is that we have a newsletter, and you can subscribe to our newsletter through our website. We'll put the link below, and that also it's a monthly newsletter, and it has a lot of articles that may apply directly to you. Thank you, Cary.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Amar.
Yep.